What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of TotalTechWar. I wanted to finally introduce myself. Yes, I am the creator of TotalTechWar, and yes, I do have an accent from a little place called Australia. Hopefully you guys can understand me just fine, and I won't need to put subtitles down below. I just want to say how grateful I am. Finally hit 12,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Honestly, a year and a half ago when I first started this channel, I could never have dreamt of even hitting 10,000, but 12,000 subscribers. I'm just so happy and so grateful for you guys who tune in every single week, every single video, and show your love there as well, and enjoy some good music as well while you're at it. I mean, the channel has come a really long way. If you go back to the very first video I made about a year and a half ago, you'll see how far it's actually progressed. I think the very first video I made was actually the Galaxy S2 versus the Galaxy S3. I spent a lot of time on that. I was pretty proud of it, but fast forward to now, and you see how much we've actually improved it. Everything keeps getting better and better, and give you guys the best experience possible, get your best tech hit possible as well. I just want to talk a bit about my background and how I got started in the tech war, as we like to call it. I was looking into buying my very first smartphone. I was always into tech, but never really into smartphones per se. I was just always had my little Nokia, just made calls, quite old-fashioned in that way, if you see how far it's come. And I was thinking, you know what, I want to get a smartphone. I didn't even call it a smartphone back then. I just said a phone that you could do other than just play Snake. You could do a lot more on it. And everyone had an iPhone, all my friends had iPhones. And I was like, you know what, it's time, I got into it. I mean, why not? And everyone was telling me to get an iPhone. Everyone has an iPhone, everyone had an iPhone. Obviously now not as much, but a few years ago the iPhone was a lot more popular. Still quite popular now, but you'd see a bigger percentage of people had iPhones. Now people have got, they've got Xperias, they've got HTC, they've got Samsung, they've got Windows Phone. A few years ago when the iPhone really took off, most people had iPhones. And what I discovered there was there were actually other phones on the market. And I was like, you know what, should I just go buy this phone? Because everyone's told me to buy it. I trust everyone, right? Just listen to them. Like, no, what I'll do, I'll actually research it. I know that sounds weird. Most people like to buy it on impulse, but you know what? I decided to actually do a bit of research. So I hit the Google, did a bit of this, and I found out there are actually other good phones on the market as well. Samsung, HTC, Sony, all the other guys. And I actually ended up going with a HTC. I didn't have any brand affiliation. I know most people won't admit it, but most people buy brands, not products. So I went into it didn't care about if it was a Samsung phone or a HTC phone or an Apple. I just wanted to get the best phone for me. So I ended up getting a HTC Desire HT. I don't know if you guys remember that. I actually had that stolen when I was traveling the Greek Islands, but that's a whole story. And yeah, I went with the HTC. The reason was because I wanted a bigger screen. I knew I'd be doing multimedia and video and images and web browsing, so obviously a bigger screen was better. And it's then when I realized about the culture, how people would actually make fun of things that are different. So I had a HTC Desire HT. I don't think I ever saw anyone with the same phone as me. Everyone, like I said, most people had iPhones. And I never understood, people would make fun of the phone, they'd call it a brick, and they're like, oh, why don't you get an iPhone? I never really understood it back then. Obviously now I understand it's the tribal culture, the team game, right? So people want to defend their team, no matter if it's a basketball team, Mercedes versus BMW, Manchester United versus Arsenal, Sony versus Samsung. It's not just Apple, it could be anything. There's a lot of people who are big fans of Samsung, HTC and Sony, Windows. It doesn't matter where your background is. It's just part of the game now. Everyone's doing it. When people buy something, they want to feel like they've got the best, right? I spent $800, I got the best possible device for $800. then you come along with something different saying, oh look, no, this is the best now, obviously naturally you'll defend it. And I just wanted to let you guys know what my channel is about, because I would always see videos on YouTube that would kind of compare phones, but they were very opinion based and they didn't really go too in depth. Sometimes they were, but it'd be like one-offs. So I wanted to make a channel where you literally get all the facts, get the real picture, cut out all the brand, all the culture, all the emotions, and just see it in black and white. What does this phone do that this phone can't? What are all the reasons to get this? What are all the reasons to get this? Basically cut right down to the core and basically educate yourself, because that's what it's about. You want to see, when you're about to buy something, you want to see the whole picture. You don't want to listen to the guy on the left and the guy on the right and what this person has said and what you've heard on the news and all that. You want to go straight from what you know. So with the videos, basically what we do is we give you every single piece of information, no matter if it's what percentage of lighter this phone is, the ergonomics, how curved it is, the brightness of the display, what version of Bluetooth, what version of Wi-Fi, because all these things are important. Now, there might be one thing such as Bluetooth version. I mean, that's something that most people don't care about. But if you use Bluetooth headsets and you use a lot of Bluetooth, that might be something you're interested in. So it's important. That's why I try and list every single thing, no matter how big or how small, because it depends on the person, right? And just because at the end of the video, so for example, the Galaxy Note 3 versus the iPhone 5S, obviously the Galaxy Note 3 has more advantages. It can do a lot more than an iPhone, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best phone for you. Okay, so for example, the one-handed operation of the iPhone 5S might outweigh every single other reason with the Note. You could look at the Note and say, look, I want to be out this, it's a portable device, I want to use it with one hand, I don't care about the S Pen and all that, I just want to be able to use the device with one hand. Now that might outweigh every other reason. So you really have to look at it on a case-by-case basis, see exactly what you're looking at, but at least at the end of the day, you've made the most educated opinion possible, and the decision you made is something you can be proud of because you've seen the whole picture, okay? And that's what I try and do here at TotalTechWar. And if you enjoy some beats as well, why not? Again guys, I want to really thank you for finally hitting 12,000 subscribers. I do appreciate every single one of you guys who do tune in. I am planning to grow the channel quite a bit. Just keep growing it. I do spend a few hours almost every single day working on the channel, so I put a lot of my hard work, sweat and tears into this channel, so I am trying to grow it as much as possible. I am planning big things. I'm planning to do tech reviews now as well. Obviously with the TotalTechWar spin, make it really original, keep it really real there as well. And also tech blogs like this, just kind of talk about all things tech, whether you guys want to talk about which manufacturer has the best design, which manufacturers make the best displays, really break that down. And also make sure you guys do like me on Facebook, do follow me on Twitter for all your latest information. I am planning to start doing giveaways, so make sure you like me on Facebook as well. But yeah, that's about it guys. It was fun doing my first episode of TotalTechWar. Thanks for watching again, and make sure you tune in next week for the next episode.